Hello, welcome to the queue. It is KMT USA turn number 8, Operation 20th Corps. And Germany, Italy has gone to war. And then, of course, Japan attacked the Dutch East Indies. So the U.S. income has gone up significantly. So for KMT, we'll start there. $4. They're going to buy an artillery. They'll collect 3, so they'll have 3 for next turn. Let's go place our artillery. We have no combat, so it is placed here in Yunnan on our task force marker. So now we're up to 3 artillery there. On to the U.S. They had 35. They'll be spending all but 9. 2 militia upgrades. We're going to start a carrier on stage 3. We're going to build a submarine base. Lend-lease an anti-aircraft gun. Lend-lease a fighter to England. That's our saving 9. We do get an income increase roll. We're sitting right now at 36. Let's see what our little dice tells us. We get to go up. Well, we go up 8 again. I guess 8 every turn is pretty good. So that moves up to 44. And that will be it for that. I'll put that back for next turn. Take that money away. Here's the 9 we saved. We do get to move some stuff this time. So that's the good news. So for our combat, we've got 3 destroyers going on escort duty here from A25. 1 will come over 2 into A27, and 2 will come over 2 into A19. So those 3 destroyers are on escort duty. All right, we're going to rail 3 infantry to the other side of the board. I'll put those there so that they do not move. This guy, transport, is in port there in New York. This transport here that was in port in Washington, D.C. will take the light armor and the infantry, come down 1, 2, and drop them off here in Portugal and go in port there. All right, so the rest of our fleet will follow, which is a destroyer, light cruiser, heavy cruiser, 2 battleships, and a carrier. They will all be in port in Puerto Rico. Coming over from the Texas coast here in A36 will be a destroyer and another light cruiser. They will go to Puerto Rico as well. And then we have the transport, which will come up 1, 2, and go in port there in Washington. Now, I do have another marker. All right, so he's in port there. The 2 planes obviously will fly 1, 2, 3, 4 onto Puerto Rico. All right, so everything else will stay put. The bomber will stay put. Yes, the 3 infantry will rail from New York all the way over to San Francisco. And that'll give us 4 there. All right, so all the ships that are in port in Hawaii will move. 2 battleships, heavy cruiser, 2 destroyers, transport. They will all move into port here in San Francisco, which will add it to the transport and destroyer that was already there. 2 subs stay. Those stay. Seems like I've got something else to move. Yeah, okay. So let's move this destroyer P50, and there's a major port there. Yes, all right, so it'll come 1, 2, 3, 4 into P36. The transport will go 1, 2, because I have to stay next to U.S. islands, so it'll go to Guam. All right, so that's pretty much it for the U.S. Let's place some goods. Nothing go. Oh, this does go on the San Francisco side. So I'll put this carrier on stage 3. And the sub base goes here in San Francisco. All right, so I'll put those subs by that. All right. Next up will be the 2 militia upgrades, which will be the 2 in Washington, D.C. All right, so that is glorious. And then finally, we've got our Lend-Lease. So if we come out here of New York, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and goes into southern England. Our anti-aircraft gun can come out of Texas, 1, 2, over to this major port in Puerto Rico. From there, it can go 1, 2, 3, 4 into Cameroon, and the Germans can roll for an interdiction. Their roll would be at 3, and then the U.S. would get a D6 increase to their income if they do try to interdict that. So we'll leave that up to Panzer J, see if he wants to do that. Next that's it. Oh, you know what? We didn't roll any of our tech. Shame on me. Let's roll that now. Let's see. So we've got improved construction and amphib doctrine, and these are at 7. There's a 9, which is amphib doctrine. So it goes up to 2. All right, next will be long-range jets and large ship construction. So we need an orange dice, and these are all at 8. And there's a 10, so 10 for jets. So it'll go up to 2. We got a lot of 2, but not a lot finished. All right, finally, heavy bombers and rockets at 9. 11, 5. So we got, that is bombers done. Interesting. I would have loved to have changed my buy, but maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't have. All right, so heavy bombers are complete. So let's put that on the chip holder, the holder there. All right, so that is cool. We saved 9. We get 44. That'll leave us 53 next turn. I'm just going to take 50 and 3. All right, put those over there. So 53 for next turn for the U.S., 3 for the KMT. And as far as recaps, we've got 1 destroyer in A-27 on escort, 2 destroyers in A-19 on escort, 2 transports in port in Washington and New York. New York has a medium bomber, infantry, artillery. Washington has 2 infantry. These 2 coastal subs that were in A-30 will come down 1 to A-37. Puerto Rico, infantry, light armor, seaplane, fighter, tactical. Transport in port, well, actually the whole 9 yards is in port there. Or does it need to be? There's only really, there's nothing that can hit it. All right, so we'll stay out of port, and I'll put the fighter and tactical on the carrier. That will give them a better range. So we'll slide that whole stack, and it's all in A-41. Carrier, fighter, tac, 2 battleships, 1 heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, 2 destroyers. I'll get rid of that import marker. All right, tactical decision. All right, on the Pacific side, we've got a transport in P-43, destroyer in P-36. Hawaii is infantry, militia, anti-aircraft fighter. In port in San Francisco, 2 battleships, heavy cruiser, 3 destroyers, 2 transports. P-25 is 2 coastal subs. In San Francisco, 4 infantry and 1 tactical bomber, and that is a wrap. Germany is up with turn 9, and we'll get to see what they have in store for us.